it was probably the most energetic time of my podcast life. It was where I felt the most alive. So to end the show was probably one of the hardest decisions I ever had to make. So I ain't gonna bring the vibe down. We're gonna get into a little bit of work today, a little bit of convo today. I want you guys to know that They Call Me Mr. U is back. So every Thursday there'll be a brand new episode of this show. We're gonna have guests on here. We're gonna have people being interviewed by yours truly, and we're gonna have discussions about things like sports. We're gonna talk a little bit of politics. It's the only podcast I have where I talk about politics a little bit. So we're gonna have that on They Call Me Mr. U. We're gonna have pop culture discussions. We're gonna have discussions about everything that you think is real and important. We're gonna talk about it on this show, and our guests are gonna come in and talk about some of the same things. So thanks again for being a part of this return. I'm very excited about it, as you can tell. But I want to get into some stuff that I think we need to get into right now, and that's really about the truth about why you haven't won yet. The truth about why you haven't won yet. You know, one of the things when I look in the mirror, and people might think, you know what, people get on podcasts and they talk to the people all kind of ways without any kind of self-evaluation. I'm telling you right now, if you watch any of my work, if you know me personally at all, you know better. You know that I'm in the mirror before I even think about hitting record with you guys. I'm in the mirror way before that even happens. And the truth about why you haven't won yet is one of the hardest things. All of us, if you are an entrepreneur, if you're a business leader, if you are someone in the faith and community setting, whoever you are, whatever you're trying to accomplish, why haven't you won yet? Because there's a lot of people who talk about winning, they show the highlights on social media, but they really have not won. Why haven't you won yet? You want the truth? I look in the mirror and told myself the same thing I'm telling you today. You want the truth? The truth is you haven't won because you're still negotiating with your excuses. You're still negotiating with your excuses. You think you're working hard because you're tired. At the end of the day, oh, I'm tired. I did so much work today. So you feel like you did all there was to do. But tired isn't the same thing as being effective. You haven't won because you're still more in love with your story of why it's so hard than you are the reality of what it takes. The world doesn't owe you anything for trying. I'm going to say that again for those in the back. You need to hear that. The world doesn't owe you anything for just trying. You're not stuck. You're not confused. You're not waiting on the right moment. You're just negotiating with the very things that are keeping you average. For those of you guys who have never been on or a part of They Call Me Mr. U, what you're hearing is what I was doing routinely